everybody, welcome back to another video. Today you join us in the Hellfire Caves in High Wycombe.
We do, but first we're going to explore a church that connects to the Hellfire Caves and has a very interesting history. Just entering West Wycombe churchyard. The church is directly on top of the Hellfire Caves, and the top of the steeple is exactly in line with the central chamber of the Hellfire Caves, which we'll see later. Lovely cemetery. We'll talk more about the strange dome on top of the spire later. It's quite an interesting design for a church. Doesn't look like your typical church. I don't think we can actually go in, which is a bit of a pain. And at the back of the church we have this, I don't know what you call it, a Colosseum. It's quite interesting. It's all barred off. It was also used to make some horror films in the past, which I'll add to the video when I edit it. The church is an 18th century church, with its golden ball on the top of the hill. Is a well-known landmark, visible for many miles due to the hilltop location, visually dominating the village. The ball can seat up to 8 people and gives a panoramic view of the area. The church was remodelled by Sir Francis Dashwood inside and out. The hill is known as West Wycombe Hill and was an Iron Age hill fort. The church is approximately 300 feet above the Hellfire Caves. This location was used in several films. One was Dennis Wheatley's The Devil Rides Out, and more recently an episode of The Chuckle Brothers, a children's TV series. The mausoleum near the Church of St. Lawrence was built in 1765. It was a vast, roofless, hexagonal construction built of Portland stone and flint. It is the final resting place for the members of the Dashwood family. My personal belief is that the mausoleum was used for much more sinister things, such as secret societies and ritualistic type things, as why would a church build things with Roman and Greek goddesses inside, especially when in them days they were much more orthodox.
We've just arrived at the Hellfire Caves.
The caves were originally excavated by Sir Francis Dashwood in the 1740s to give employment to the villagers following a succession of harvest failures. They were then, and still remain, totally unique. Their design was no doubt inspired by Francis's grand tour of Europe and the Ottoman Empire. Many of his fellow elite colleagues had great estates and landscaping gardens and temples above ground, but no others dared venture underground in this way. The chalk was used to build the main road from West Wycombe to High Wycombe. The caves were all dug by hand, and you can still see the actual individual pick marks on the walls. Sir Francis established the Knights of the St. Francis of Wycombe, later to be known as the notorious Hellfire Club, who used the cave for a number of their meetings and parties. Members included Lord Sandwich, John Wilkes and other influential men of the era, including Benjamin Franklin, one of the founding fathers of the United States. A great friend of Sir Francis for years, was also a visitor to the caves. Many of these eerie faces can be found throughout the cave. Are they just the builders having fun, or are they something more sinister? So, what went down there all those hundreds of years ago? This is up for debate, but many believe they were there for their secret aristocratic meetings. They would have parties, bring down prostitutes, play tricks on each other, and have exotic animals down there, including one, a baboon, that is still said to haunt the tunnels at night. This is a list of the many such people that are known to have attended the meetings at the Hellfire Club. The tunnels travel in total for about 1/4 of a mile, and they are 300 foot below the church. There are many chambers dotted throughout the cave system, one called Stuart's Cave, another Franklin's Cave, named after Benjamin Franklin. There is the Children's Cave, a banqueting hall, and the Miners' Cave, and right at the end is the inner temple where they did secret rituals. This chamber is the largest chamber and is called the banqueting chamber. It's full of Greek and Roman statues of various gods and goddesses. This statue is, I believe, of Poseidon. The tunnels lay derelict for many years, but were reopened to the public as a tourist interest in around the late 1800s. In more recent times, it's used by many so-called paranormal investigators to see if they can detect any kind of ghost activity. The shamed and faked TV show Most Haunted also did a TV episode down here in the early 2000s. Some of the ghosts said to wander around the tunnels are that of Suki and of Paul Whitehead. What you are seeing here is known as the River of Styx, which was created by Dashwood. It is to separate the ritual room from the miner's cave. In Greek mythology, the River of Styx is a place known as Hell. This is the inner temple, the furthest most point in the cave. Normally this room isn't open, but this visit we found it open. They would do strange and mysterious rituals in here, often naked, with prostitutes that they had brought from the local town. We now find ourselves coming back up to the surface into the daylight. We do hope you enjoyed our tour of the Hellfire Caves in West Wycombe.
like to thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and also hit that bell. Goodbye all.
Bye, until the next time.